ever Rob's Rants. Yes, we're here on YouTube, and there's something that's been ticking me off. And every week I'm going to tell you about something that's been ticking me off. But you know what's really been ticking me off? Universal. And what about Universal? Their defiance to Skyplex. Now let's talk about this for a minute. Skyplex is going to be this 500-foot complex that is going to be built on iDrive. It is going to house a roller coaster. It is going to house a drop tower. It's going to house the polar coaster is the roller coaster, but it's going to house all these wonderful things. There's going to be shops, restaurants, the world's largest Perkins. There's going to be a resort on property. There's plans for all kinds of stuff. Now, when you think about that, when you think about this project, you think roller coaster, yay. Drop tower, yay. Jobs, yay. These are all good things, right? Well, according to Universal, these are all bad things. We don't want jobs because we're going to have a 700-foot tower that is going to be seen from 30 miles, and it's going to ruin the town. And we don't want the coolest roller coaster in America. Because why? What is your reason, Universal? Is it the fact that it's going to cut into your business? Do you think that this is going to take away from people going to your parks? Let's be real for a second. Two things. Number one, Universal is not a destination. I'm sorry, it's true. Hate me all you want. These are what these are for. These are controversial. But hate me if you want. Universal is not a destination. People don't come to Orlando to go to Universal. They go to Disney, but they don't go to Universal. They may plan a side trip to Universal after going to Disney, but they don't plan to go there. So let's look at it this way. If people spend 7 days at Disney, 7 days on their vacation, and let's say 5 of those days are at Disney, that leaves 2 days for Universal. Now that's a good enough time. That's actually a good trip. You can see all 4 parks at Disney and do Disney Springs one day, and then you have a day to spend at Islands and a day at Universal. Now what happens when Skyplex gets built? Is Universal worried about this? Is it going to cut into their day? Are they going to lose a day of attendance because of this? No! They're crazy. What's going to happen is all these coaster nuts are going to come in from all over the world, and they're going to ride the polar coaster, and where are they going to go next? To Universal. So their logic is seriously flawed here. They have seriously flawed logic. And on top of that, here's the real story. Universal is going to be buying up property all around iDrive. Or they want to. They already bought up Wet n Wild. It's already been announced that that's going to go away. So what are they going to build there? Well, there's been rumors of a resort. There's been rumors of a third gate. There's been all kinds of rumors. The fact still remains that Universal is probably going to buy all the land around Wet n Wild and that whole area of town so they can build something there. Now, I honestly think that this is the real reason Universal is against this project. Because of the fact that it's going to cut into their plans for iDrive. Now, let me tell you something else. There is a rule currently in the books that says you can't have buildings more than 3 stories on iDrive. It's like 2 or 3 stories. You can't have buildings that are higher than that on iDrive. I believe it's 3 stories. This is ridiculous. This law was made like in the 90s, 80s, 90s. And this isn't a suburban town anymore. This is a tourist town. We live in a tourist town. So this is ridiculous to have these laws. And Skyplex will bring this precedent to change these laws, to make our town grow, to give us jobs, to support all Kissimmee, St. Cloud, all these other towns. People live there that work at these locations. And this is going to support all of that. This is why you need to stand with Skyplex. You need to support Skyplex. Skyplex is going to be amazing, and it is going to have all this amazing stuff, and it's going to have jobs. And if you've listened to Joshua Wallach, the man who's doing this project, for 5 seconds, you would know that he is all about growth, he is all about helping the economy, and he is all about these wonderful things. Universal is all about themselves. They don't care what happens to this community as long as it doesn't affect them. And because they're big roller coaster, that's what we're going to call them, big roller coaster, they're against this project, sending out flyers in the mail, lobbying with county councilmen and the mayor. This is ridiculous. I have lived in this town my whole life, 32 years in the Orlando area, and I have never in my lifetime seen anything this shady in my life. And I use the word shady because to me it's shady. This is shady business. We need to stop this now, and we need to stand with Skyplex. Now here's what you can do. If you go to pixelsatthepark.com/Skyplex, pixelsatthepark.com/Skyplex, you'll see there's a page on there where you can sign a petition to get Skyplex built. It already has clearance from the FAA. It's good to go, it just has to pass the county. So let's get this thing passed, sign the petition, mail your local councilman and tell them, hey, we're not going to stand for this. We need this to be built. Do this, and let's get this thing built, because the future of Orlando depends on Skyplex. What happens in the future of this town depends on Skyplex. Are we going to let Universal run this town? No, we're not. We're going to stand up and say, we want cool things. We want these amazing experiences. We want things like the Eye, Madame Tussauds, iDrive 360. We want these things. And if we get this Skyplex built, imagine the stuff that we're going to get in the future. Look at the I Square that is supposedly coming to iDrive. This 7-star claimed motel, or excuse me, resort, with all this shopping mall and all these amazing things. Do you think that can get built if Skyplex doesn't pass? Who knows? Guys, it's time to stand up for this town. It's time to stand up for this county, and it's time to tell the county commissioners and county council and the councilmen in Orlando that, hey, we want this built. We need to get this built, and all this red tape that is in the way, that is just nonsense bureaucraticness, needs to stop. This has been Rob. Bye.